Hey, welcome to Wives Wednesday. I'm Courtney, the Master Relationship Mechanic. And one of the things we have to be aware of as women is when we ask for things, they will come. So today's message is going to be about transformation, looking for change and growth in our lives and our relationships. That was one thing that I declared and decreed, and I actually posted on Facebook that change was going to be about 2016. I was going to change myself in order so that I could be a change agent for other people. So today's message, I am going to actually put the mirror on myself and tell you a little bit about what's going on. For those of you all who follow me via Instagram, I've been posting some things on the Instagram at Marriage Maintenance about on the road. For you all that didn't know, I am a trucker's wife, so I do enjoy going on the road with my husband. One of those things is so we can spend time together. Not a lot of time, but we can walk in each other's shoes and see what goes on in our lives. So that is what I do. And this week, this is what happened. I said I wanted some change. I wanted to grow and I wanted to be stretched. So God said, okay, I'm going to help you in that area. So this trip, we got stuck in Norway, Michigan, probably where you don't know, but it's about 15-20 degrees colder here, one thing. So it's an adjustment, a temperature change. But then on top of that, we got stuck here an extra 3 nights, which is the normal time frame for the entire trip. So ladies, envision this with me. 3 nights, 3 extra nights in a 8.5 by 7.5. That is the entire space of the entire cab of the truck. So we're in a 64 square foot space. So yes, we are getting to know each other in a very new way. Because when you're at home, you have extra rooms, you have extra space, you have an office, you have a bedroom, you have a kitchen, you have a bathroom, you have a room where you can go watch TV. But for today, in these 3 nights, we are in this space together. So what does that require? Transformation and change. So today our message about transformation and change. And one thing I want to reflect on, when most of the time we think about transformation and change, for me, I think about a beautiful butterfly and the phases that it goes through. And for us in life, a butterfly has only one phase, a lifetime phase. But for us, we should go through this transformation daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, lifetime. And so that we can get our wings and develop our wings every day to get to a new level. So, saying that, to develop your wings, number 1 step is prayer. Prayer, prayer, prayer. Y'all hear me? You got to be a praying woman in order to be ready for change, because God needs to equip you, whether it's your mind, your body, or your spirit. And sometimes it's just our tongues to be silent during the time of change. Sometimes prayer does not mean it needs to come out your mouth. Prayer sometimes needs to go along in your head, and you need to be praying. And one of my favorite prayers is very simple. God, change me or move me. And a lot of times that means sometimes God will stretch you and change you, whatever it is, he brings about a change. Sometimes he has to break you down to your smallest level so that he can remake you again through this change. Then sometimes he moves you out of the situation to make the change or the transformation in your life. So prayer. Do a little simple prayer, ladies, every day, fervently, all the time that something comes up against you. Pray the prayer of change or move. Change or move. But be ready for the change that comes within you. The change sometimes is not other people. Sometimes you are the common denominator that keeps your own wings from flourishing, because you've become lazy and you don't want to fight outside of the cocoon to strengthen up your wings. So that jumps us into, after prayer, you must have patience, because patience is about God's timing, not about our timing. Of course, there are places in life we want to be. We've created a plan and we've written it out, and we have this wonderful vision. We've prayed over it. It's been anointed. It's been told by God that it's going to happen. But patience is after prayer. After we have prayed, we must let it go and let God handle it. During the time of patience is not the time we're supposed to be waiting and watching. We're supposed to be walking and moving and going to where it is that we should be. So this patience times, we are wrapped up in this cocoon and we're being nurtured and we're being covered in our relationships. It is not the time when you say, I can see how you used to be, catch the glimpse of the past. This is not the place where you accuse others or yourself of slipping backwards. This is when you pick yourself up and you move on. This is not a sedentary place of patience. Patience is not when you're being tempted or tested either. Now, that is not your own doing. Because sometimes change is just removing yourself from around the people or the places that cause certain things to occur in your life. So do not take people back into the environment to test or tempt them. Do not take yourself back into the environment. This is not a time to test your spouse during the place of patience. So it works when you're changing. You should be praying for your spouse, and you should have patience with your spouse, just as you should when you're in the mirror with yourself. Wherever you are, it did not happen overnight. So to turn around and get back to the change spot in your life is going to take time and prayer. Thirdly, remember to protect your relationship with yourself, your relationship with God, your relationship with your spouse. Because during this phase of protection is when you're in a cocoon. Do not let other people come and destroy your cocoon so that you're not getting the nurturing you need. Protect yourself. Put in the time that you need to be nurtured by God. Protect yourself. Put in the time that you need to be nurtured by your spouse. Protect yourself. Put in the time that you need while you're in the cocoon so that you can get the strength and the growth that you need, so when you come out, your wings are as strong as they need to be to fly you to the next level in order to get this phase to start all over again. And that's why I say sometimes it's daily. Sometimes we have daily growth that requires us to have patience in ourselves. And then prepare. And it's not prepare for the worst, it is prepare for the next. Because if you don't prepare for the next and you think that everything is going to be smoothly all the time, you're going to always feel like you're defeated. So just as I said, we had these 3 extra nights. And Lord Jesus, you know, ladies, you need to be praying for me. 3 extra nights in a little bitty 64 square foot space. But one thing God did, we prayed that we would have more time together. So God answered that prayer. We prayed that we would be together if something had happened bad that on this trip, and we are. So God answered that prayer. So now God also answered the prayer that we wanted to be productive this week. Isn't that a blessing? During the time of being stuck, sometimes God causes you to be productive in other areas of your life. One thing, it did not stop Wives Wednesday from happening. It is still going on. I was able to actually write an article and get it published this week. See, productivity still happened. We were able to actually post vehicles to get them sold, actually to get bids. So all our businesses are continuing because we were productive during the time of waiting. So we're still having the patience of the 3 nights to do what we need to do. Because sometimes at nighttime, all we do is sleep and be unproductive. But so during this time, we did our prayer. We're still connected. We haven't lost our minds. None of us, nobody's angry. Nobody's thrown each other out of the truck. Yes, we've had to adjust to the temperature. Yes, I'm not as cold-natured as my husband is, but we've made adjustments. We've been patient with each other during this 64 square foot space during these 3 nights. But we protected each other because we understand what it is we need in this 64 square foot space in order for each of us to be productive, each of us to grow, each of us to do what we need to do. So ladies, identify what it is in your relationship that is needed. Pray for it. Have patience for it. Protect it when you get it. And then prepare for what you need to do, actually to nourish it and then keep that growth growing in your life. So here on Wives Wednesday, what I want you to do is go back and pray. Have patience. I want you to protect, and I want you to prepare. And this is for yourself. Go stand in the mirror today, and whatever it is that you're expecting for God to bring about change in your relationship, I want you to say, God, I am whatever it is that you need it to be. Then say, I have the patience to go through the process. I have the patience to wait for your time. And at that same time say, God, I know I need you right now. I need you suddenly. I need you now. And call about the time frame that you need as well. But then protect yourself. Speak life into it. Celebrate it as it has happened. But then move about and prepare as this has happened within your relationship already. So today's Wives Wednesday, as you transform and change into the different phases of your lives, I wish you all the best. But definitely never forget us to join us at the Relationship Station, where we talk about Wives Wednesday. And every third Thursday, we talk about the things to take your relationship from good to best. Thank you all for joining me again, Courtney, the Master Relationship Mechanic. Just as you, I am a wife, and I am going through things to transform my life to change. Join me on the road. Thank you.